Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And yes, lady. We are back once again.
Uh-huh.
The No Free Game Podcast. I am your humble, gracious host, King Solomon, and to my right, the Wizard of Wizardry, the Hymn of Hymns.
Thank you.
The one they call the Big Juice Show. Let's get some more claps and congratulations.
Thank you, King. Very grateful to be here once again. It's a beautiful, well, it's a hot fucking day, but it's beautiful nonetheless.
It's good to have some heat in summer.
I guess.
It's good to have a little heat in summer.
I have eczema now. So,
I like things that make sense sometimes now. I like to see common sense every once in a while. we live in crazy times. I just like to see things that just make a little bit of sense.
Keep it simple.
Just sometimes. Like fine. I'll take a regular hot day in summer.
It makes sense.
I'm okay with that. At least I'm not surprised today.
Right?
But how was your week, my friend? We took a little time off, but
because of Father's Day, I figured.
Yeah, shout out to you and shout out to all the fathers because,
Yes.
fathers don't ever get the true love and appreciation we deserve. So
Never will.
yeah, shout out to you, man. Happy Father's Day. Happy belated Father's Day. Shout out to all the fathers out there. Yeah, how was your Father's Day?
Hey, yo, it was good. It was great. It's one day when I could just say, okay, everybody leave me alone. I swear to God, I just said, I woke up. It was happy. Want to give me cards and that's cool.
How are the little kid cards? Because you know how much it meant to us as kids. Well, at least to me. It meant a lot.
To make it, right?
To make it.
I remember that, and it's dope. I love it. He's like, and his daddy jumping on me. Yeah, read it. His handwriting's chicken shit. It's cute, and I'm still hoping I'll open up as a couple hundred.
One of these days, right?
One of these days, maybe I'll get it. But it was dope. I was able to chill, and then later on, went to a good friend, Rev's house. His father.
Shout out to Rev. His birthday is coming up actually, and the boy Rel.
Oh yeah, couple good birthdays. And just regular Father's Day. We get the Father's Day bullshit. The socks.
Yeah. I mean, what else do you expect?
Right? So it's my turn. That's what I get. It's my turn now. That's what we gave our dads.
I was about to say, because we didn't really give a shit about Father's Day neither.
No.
When we were kids. We just, we have to. Hey, mom got all the flowers and all the big thing out with school. Dad got a dog. a terrible drawn dog.
A terrible drawn dog. The ears ripped off because we just threw it in the fucking book bag. And that's what I got. That's what
love.
I got.
That's love. At least know you loved. Yeah, I think it's a universal dad, I love you.
Yeah.
A terrible fucking Father's Day gift.
But nonetheless, it was a gift.
That's fire. Yeah, no, I had a good Father's Day too. Shout out to my pops.
How's the OG doing?
Man, he's doing wonderful, man. He's doing wonderful. His birthday's coming up in July. So for Father's Day, myself, my siblings, we took him out to get some food. We got some food and drinks with him. Actually, yesterday we took some family portraits. Him and all his kids. We got some professional shots and shit done for him. So that was definitely dope. It was nice to see the old head in his element.
To chill.
Yeah, getting all spiffed up, looking like his younger self, and getting to flex a little bit, showing him how to
he liked to throw it on.
Oh man,
Pop Dukes, I know your Pop sharp.
I ain't see that man glow like that in years, brother. That man, I know he was living in his twilight, so that was very cool to see, man. Very cool to see. 'Cause I'm sure we're gonna be that old person one day.
I can't wait, actually.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to make sure he didn't fall down the stairs. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
how old is he now?
He's turning 70.
Yeah, because we have older. Wow, yeah, my pop. You said July. July
16th.
My pop's July 2nd.
Shout out to my pops. Oh, shout out to our pops,
Yeah.
man. July, baby. Shout out to them.
Wow, that's
Great
dope.
Great men. So, yeah, man, we got to hang out. It was cool. It's been, the weeks have been interesting. I know on a previous episode I mentioned my 9 to 5, and I was looking to get a new role there, and looks like it may have worked out. So shout out to that.
Oh.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them for looking at the boy. Nothing's concrete yet, but all signs looking good.
The ball is rolling.
Yeah, all signs look good. So, but with all the good, unfortunately, we are in a completely different America today.
Talk about
I
it.
wish we had some booze on here. I might have to add some booze
When we get the convo rolling.
But we are in a post-Roe v. Wade world.
When was the original, like, what was the fucking 19 what?
19, it's been 50 years,
It's been
so 1970-something?
Oh, my.
1971, maybe?
71, 72, some weird shit like that,
Something
right?
like that. But, the Supreme Court, on a 5-4 ruling, officially overturned Roe v. Wade, which basically gave the constitutional protection for all women to be allowed to get an abortion. It is now going to go directly to the states and will be up to the states to determine if you, as a woman, are able to receive an abortion or not.
State to state, right?
It will be based on a state-to-state level. And yeah, I don't even know
The reason behind it.
you know, hearing a lot of opinions and different views, obviously a lot of people are distraught. A lot of people are happy and excited.
Do you know any people personally that?
No, I don't personally know. I see it. I see, the internet tells me, but I don't personally know anybody that is actually like anti-abortion to that level. But I think the deeper, scarier part as just an American citizen is that the Supreme Court can literally take away a right of yours with the snap of a finger.
ASAP.
Because the scary part is people have been attacking Roe v. Wade for the last half century.
I feel like literally not every year, but every big election, presidential or Senate, House of, like when it's that time, for some reason, definitely in our lifetime, because we're only 30, so we've seen abortion rights pretty much on the table.
Always. You're right. That's a
Every
good
election.
point. That's a very good point.
Like, we've seen it.
yeah.
And
Yeah. That's a very good point.
I don't...
And I think it's just insane that with all the past fights for the past 50 years, that the belief that, look, this is law, the Supreme Court over and over and over again has stricken down attempts to overturn it. And then 50 years later, a bunch of new niggas come in just like, nah, all them old niggas was wrong.
Nobody getting it.
And I've also seen arguments where people say, oh, well, what about Brown versus the Board of Education when they reversed segregation in schools? That was a precedent that was around for 50 years and they got flipped. But I also want to say that wasn't a right that was given and taken away, right? Like, it wasn't like with Brown versus Board, it gave people rights. It gave
Yes.
African-American rights. Gay marriage, it gave rights.
Rights.
Contraception, all these things, it gave rights to citizens. That was the fight.
To progress.
To give these, now we just had a ruling that just took it away.
And what's frustrating to me, just like you said, I like how you said, keeping it simple. I don't understand where these men even can compute that idea to put that shit on a table. We can't get pregnant. So that's something I don't think I should ever have to, you know what, you can't, I don't care if it's, forcibly or consensual, you gotta keep the baby.
And the weird part to me is it's not like people are being forced into abortions. You know what I mean? It's not like you can't just not get an abortion. You can definitely just not get an abortion and have the kid.
Yes.
The idea that the option being available is destroying America and like that to me is insanity. And especially where I think the majority of people that agree with abortion also agree with it to a limit, right?
Yeah.
I don't think people are saying, hey, 8 months in, you should kill. Like, that's nuts, right? The majority of people like, all right, once the baby starts having a heartbeat, like a real heartbeat, okay, cool. I'm okay with them because that's like what, 3 months in, something like that.
3, 4, something like that.
So like, all right,
yeah.
I'm okay with. After that, you can't. Cool, I'm okay with that. But like, the idea of just like, nah, never.
You have to hold this person.
It's just taking the option away to me is just insanity. It just makes no logical sense to me. Like, I don't see how this could possibly be an advantage. Or a good thing.
I think the truth behind the matter is they're not unpacking the truth. The people that are making this decision at a whole, they're not unpacking the truth for what their reason is. Because then wasn't some odd shit I just saw a couple of days ago, a day or two ago, that this white lady at the Trump shit, the pro-life, the abortion rally, she was like, this is a huge win for white life.
Yeah,
I was like,
some shit like that.
Nuts.
I did see that. And she actually tried to come out and say, she meant to say pro-life. She said she meant to say something else.
The shit
but
is
like,
crazy.
come on, son. But like, yeah, and because I don't want to stick on here too long, but the other last point I wanted to make is, think about the amount of men that have benefited from the availability of abortions.
Elaborate.
Think about all the young men who lives and careers would have been completely changed and altered because they could have possibly had a kid young, right?
Yes.
So like being 17, 18, 19, you're with your girl, you've been together for a while, then she gets knocked up. And you're ready to go off to be a swimmer, and she's ready to go to be a doctor, and
yes, it changes. It can change generational circumstances.
Or these sicko fucks, these old senator dudes getting they maids and whoever knocked up.
Talk about it.
And then forcing them to go get abortions to protect themselves and their careers. Like, just my point is, even as a man, it still doesn't make sense. Because I can think of so many situations where a man would want the woman or have even pressured the woman into getting abortions. And then for men to like vote against it it's again insanity.
It's even situations where women have been like, you know what, I'm not ready for this child. Many women. To also go with like the changing life circumstance. That's a huge one to be like, be it like you said, 17, 18, or 27, 28, to be like, you know what? It's already tough raising this child. And you know what? Niggas just raise gas.
Yo, baby formula, gas, clothes, food. Do they not know inflation's at 8.6% or something?
Rent went up in this state alone, what, 33%?
Everywhere. You can't live anywhere. I keep telling this to people, they think I'm kidding. Taking a breath costs you like $30.
Every breath.
Every breath.
Every breath. You need a hustle. You need Uber Eats. You need Lyft. You need DoorDash. You need a hustle. So to force somebody, that to me is the biggest thing right there. You're not making it easier for the cost of living anywhere in this country. Oh, you like fucking? Keep the baby.
Like, again, just terrible news, terrible decision. Thoughts and prayers for all those women in those states who have to go through with this. I hope all y'all move the fuck out of there and all them states lose all their power. Because it's like 10 people that live there.
It's a lot of weird states,
you know what I mean? I hope that happens. But on a lighter note,
okay,
might be a little bit painful for you. This year's NBA champions are the Golden State Warriors. So let's give those guys a round of applause. Stephen Curry's 4th championship ring. Klay Thompson's 4th championship ring. Draymond Green's 4th championship ring.
Ooh. Steve Kerr's 4th championship ring as a head coach.
Before I go into my next point, as a Celtic fan, any thoughts on the season? Any thoughts on the finals? Where are you as a fan, and where are things going next for the Boston Celtics?
Okay, so first off, I'm gonna need these young niggas to stop texting dead goats. I'm just gonna need that to you gotta stop fucking around with their anytime minutes, their free text, the data. That shit probably crazy.
Or just don't post it. Just don't tell nobody, that's all. I think we should just not tell nobody.
Right.
We can keep that private.
Keep that shit private and just keep working in the gym. Right. But outside of that, I think it was it was a weird finals because I never felt, this is how I felt. I felt that Golden State they had to adjust the most, but you never count anybody out with experience. They just knew themselves. And Andrew Wiggins, for some reason, turned into fucking Scottie Pippen.
I think he did I see, the funny part is I think the most surprising part of Wiggins' run was really his rebounding. The defense was there, and I don't think he even played this exceptional defense. I think Golden State as a team played exceptional defense. I think the Celtics at times, especially in crunch times, went to Tatum, Brown, get me out of this. And
100%.
I think the Warriors the Warriors played against LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, right? So that method of, hey, let's just go in crunch time, let's go one-on-one. Like, they played against the best at those situations. No disrespect to Tatum or Brown, but Tatum and Brown ain't Brown and Kyrie in their primes in Cleveland, right? So, like, and you saw it over and over again. Tatum would drive, they would drop him,
But
they would try to kick
to
it.
get there, you know what I'm saying?
It was hard work. Like, Wiggins, listen, man, Wiggins played very hard. I think the rebounding really surprised me, but honestly, it played out how I thought it would. It played out how I thought it would.
I'm a diehard Celtics fan. Realistically, I can actually agree with that. I felt a little bit past, I guess, half midway. I was like, the Warriors look like they know what they're doing.
That's it.
It wasn't rushing, and that's scary.
It. They never were nervous. At no point during that series did they. I don't think at any point during that series did they feel like we're gonna lose.
Nah. What was scary to me, and I do want to give our young guns credit, but I also think something's missing outside. The biggest thing, and you said this too, King. What is it? A game manager.
They need. Yes, I agree with you 1,000%. They need a third guy, a guard, somebody when Tatum and Brown are struggling that can just calm the waters. That can get you 2 possessions in a row with either a good shot or a bucket. Just to calm the waters and then get Brown and Tatum back into their roles. And they just
all of their shots are hard shots.
Every single one. And listen, love Marcus Smart, love his game.
Marcus.
But is he moving the needle for you to get a chip?
As a basketball savant, King, you know the game, you've been around your whole life. What is his true fucking position? They asked
He's a combo guard.
To do
That's exactly what he is. He's the definition of a combo guard. He's not a true point guard, but he can make enough. He can do enough. He can make enough plays. He can make enough. He can get enough assists. He can hit enough open threes. He plays amazing defense.
It's his defense.
But and so like right now, I think this is peak Marcus Smart.
Ooh.
I don't think Marcus Smart's going to get any better than where he is right now.
I can see that. I can see that for his skill set and what they're asking to use him for with this particular group. Because he's also one of those unique players where, like you said, he's a combo guard. And I feel like with each team, that, like, he's only been with us, but I feel like with each team, that role would change because of what he do. Because he's not just going to sit in the corner and knock some shit down like Larry or those other guards. Or the thing is, too, like, when you need a bucket, he might do some Marcus Smart shit. Or it's like, Marcus, you just drove to the paint, it's 3 niggas.
Yeah, like, like sometimes he just does, like, he just makes weird decisions. Sometimes, but like, listen, I like him. I just think I think you've maxed out what he's going to give you. And I don't think you have really any other chip to provide anybody else.
Is Tatum it? I'm still on the fence, and I love him.
I don't know. He's for how old he is, he's fine.
23, 24.
He's fine. For how old he is, right out. Because he still has so much room for growth. He's still so wild young. He's been in a lot of playoff games at being so wild young.
That's what scares me, though.
If anything, and I don't think the Boston Celtics would do this. I think they're going to ride this out until they can't. If anything, Jaylen Brown would be the one you move. if anything. But I don't think I wouldn't suggest they do that. I don't think they would, and I don't
Right?
suggest they do
For
it.
what you would get for him.
But you keep Tatum just because he's so young. He's close. I've seen flashes, didn't see it consistently, but he's very close to like, okay, he is
ready to take
he's
that.
ready to get a ring on his own.
And it might be like you said, if we get that general, that floor general, that presence is like, yo, we don't need a sidestep right now. Get your man.
Let's set this down screen, get you an open shot on a curl where you don't have to work too hard.
You don't gotta work too hard. Because those turnovers, I was like, God damn.
Especially when they went to that zone. It was over. They went to the matchup zone and it was clipped. Every time they went to the paint, there was 3 people in front of them. Every time.
What's up with these niggas? I think because the game changed so much with shooting and shit now, and everybody want to break down. It's so much ice, so much nigga. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody, go take that shit to the record. Because then they was talking that bullshit when Memphis and then when Golden State was shooting everybody head off. Dallas, they were like, they gotta run the zone. They can't. Well, that's also basketball.
Yeah. This isn't rocket science. I mean, again, it's Steve Kerr and some of these new coaches have realized, if you just look at the AAU scene, these kids aren't playing. No one's playing zone. Everything's man. So yeah, maybe in college, if you're going to college, you're seeing some zone. But for the most part, if you're an elite player, you don't play against, or not, especially if you're an elite team, you're not playing against zones.
Nah.
So you're relying on your shooting, and if you're not shooting well, it's kind of clipped.
It's clipped, and then nobody can adjust to that. It's so weird.
And that's why, but that's also why I think a lot of blowouts happen this playoffs. Are just you're either getting your head blown off by everybody hitting threes, or everybody's cold and the scores are 60 to 55. Like it's feast or famine, because that's the way niggas play.
Win by 30, lose by 20. It's like, what the fuck? And this was the first finals. Every game was determined by 10 points or more.
That's nuts. So actually, this kind of leads me to my next point, because this is all, we can universally blame Steph Curry for all this with the 3-point shooting and all the ridiculousness. Why do you think Steph Curry doesn't get the same fan love / fan obsessionness? I don't know if that's a word, but like fanboy-ish than like a LeBron or a Michael.
So, 2 things. First thing is, that's why I wasn't super sick about us losing. I was happy to be. I just wanted us to get to we've been to so many Eastern Conference Finals with this little group, and we just couldn't get there. We got there. I was happy. I wanted to win, of course, but part 2 of the answer is that Steph doesn't get that credit, and I wanted him to get another ring because he doesn't get it in a weird way. To me, those all-time greats, I don't know how you rank them or judge them or what the basis of that is, but for me, if you anyhow change the game, you should be in the all-time.
But I think he changed the game in ways that only maybe 2 or 3 guys can say that. Like,
thank you,
Kareem and Wilt, or we can really say Wilt. Wilt changed the game.
I have an argument with Wilt.
Jordan changed the game.
Jordan changed it.
LeBron changed the game.
I have an argument with that. I don't think he did.
I'm also, okay, I'm happy you said that, because I'm on the fence with that. I'm on the fence with LeBron. AI changed the game.
AI changed the game.
Steph Curry changed the game. Now, all these people I've mentioned, Steph has more rings than AI, same amount as LeBron.
Okay.
And 2 under Jordan, and I don't know how many Wilt got, but probably more than Wilt.
I think Wilt maybe 2, 3, because his thing was he's seen a lot of shit, got crazy records, but the rings wasn't there.
Yeah, because I kept getting ass kicked by Bill Russell.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to talk about it. Be getting clipped on by fucking Celtics. So my thing is, where is the Steph is the GOAT conversations? Where are the like fanboys who are, because name me something Steph hasn't done at this point.
So
he has a record that no one's probably going to touch, maybe ever. That 3-point record, no one's ever going to probably touch.
Nah.
Or at least not for the next 20, 30 years.
I think it's gonna go back to everybody. Oh, the app. Gilbert Arenas made a good point on this because I've been saying this. Like I'm into the little weird shit and not fuck the analytics and shit. Like these young boys are more athletic. It's seeing is believing. So they saw a nigga jump from the Mike saw Dr. J do that shit.
Word.
He was gifted physically enough to do it and was like, I'm gonna do it till y'all stop me.
Yep.
And then now, fast forward, these guys aren't more athletic. The training's different, but they're missing the skill set.
Yep.
Now, to say the guys that changed it, I would, because now you had to adjust defenses and the guy that size.
I think 3 seconds became a thing because of Will.
Yeah. Mike, definitely AI. I would throw Dirk because to be that size at that position, to be that fluent as a scorer and shooter, and then Steph. Those would be the 5 that changed it for me.
And Steph is what, 3rd on that list with rings, or tied for 2nd. Oh, you didn't say LeBron, but so then he's 2nd on your list.
Yeah,
in rings.
So and the reason why, before we get to LeBron, the reason why I think with Steph is he is a humble beast. This is the most I've seen him just this, and I think he had that chip on his shoulder.
He wanted that finals
when
MVP.
he did that, and
he wanted that finals MVP. He wanted that bad. Because that's the only thing he's missing. That's the only thing he was missing.
King.
He has every accolade.
He's relatively our size. You're 6'3", I'm 6'2".
He like 6'1", 6'2", 6'2", yes.
He's not physically imposing, not the fastest.
He's
quick, he's
sharp.
One
of the scariest basketball players to play against.
And you see him bring this ball up. This waffle color nigga is ready to shoot your team's fucking. He don't care if you DM him at 6'9", 5'9". He is going to do what he does. And King, he can do it without having the ball in his hand. He's unselfish.
But that's why he's got to be one of the top 3 most dangerous. Like bro, the minute he runs around the court like Ray Allen used to do, or Reggie Miller. So he does the same amount of running, but he can shoot from anywhere, in any position, at any point,
off the dribble, off the curl,
from as far as he wants.
Oh man.
And there's nothing nobody can do about it.
Nothing.
Or he'll just drive by you.
I'm gonna say, and he drives by you. I think simply because LeBron knows how to control the narrative. Steph could give a fuck less because he knows the situation that he's in. Like, I put it like this, they're 2 different type of players. LeBron, you put on any team, he's gonna change the win share. They're gonna be in the playoffs. Well, now it's a little different. He's a little older and shit, and he needs a different type of cast, but he's still gonna be relatively in control of most games.
I mean, he's always gonna be a top 10 player.
Right?
Always.
But with Steph, he knows that the cast around him is gonna help generate how he plays, but he is the game plan.
Because I think at this point he's done enough where he's won as the guy and he's won as the other guy.
Yes. And he was okay with that.
And I don't think he gives a fuck.
No, because I'm still going to drop 30.
Because again, you can't. What he's done, he's so cemented in basketball history going forward. What he's literally going forward, the whole game of basketball has changed. I wouldn't be surprised if they moved 3-point line back because of Steph Curry.
So now we talking about that. I had this argument with somebody. I said, when you do that 8-year span of when LeBron started going to his runs and doing everything, this, that, and the third, in comparison to Steph's, I would argue that Steph's is more incredible.
No.
And this is why I say, that. Steph was drafted to one team, and he was drafted with these players. And when you look at the direct cast, ironically, when it first started, that 14-15 season, the most highly touted player was Harrison Barnes. #1 in high school, recruited highly to UNC, and he was no longer there after that second finals appearance after they lost because they got KD for obvious reasons. It's K-fucking-D. But LeBron, he ran off to and he was in the East. Steph, people forget their path every year to get to those finals. They were down 3-1 against that OKC team when the same year that Bron won 3-1. They were down against 3 superstars. Like
that was the sore spot.
Yeah,
I forgot. But no, the reason I say no is because LeBron Bro, come on, man. Listen, I'll give you when he went to Miami, it was meh, but he was still the best player on every. He was the best player in every game that whole playoffs.
100%.
And against every opponent. And actually, since then, I would probably say since then till even up to the Lakers run, he has been the best player on every championship team or playoff team he's been on since. Actually, I can even argue LeBron James has been the best player on his team his entire life.
Yeah.
But like by far. And no, fuck his team. The best player on the court.
In the arena. In the arena.
Like from when he started hitting the playoffs with Cat with his first Cleveland run.
Yeah.
From when he first started hitting the lofts till maybe we'll give him the bubble-ish era.
Okay.
But outside of that, LeBron easily in that middle area, LeBron James is the best player on the court every single game.
So when he stepped face to face against Steph, did that change? Because my argument is now here's
he won a ring in Cleveland.
That's fucking wild.
Against the best regular season Warrior team
ever. Best regular season team ever. If you want to, it's one game against the Bulls. I mean, obviously, I think the Bulls was a better team, but
and even the years that he lost, when Kai and them got hurt, the nigga was averaging like 40. Like 40, 10, and 8.
Those is fucking wild. But here's my argument. Does he even relatively do the same? So if you remove, because everybody give Draymond the worst fucking, right? A name and shit. But like, does LeBron win with Clay and Draymond? That's what I'm saying. Now, when you start to take the intricacies.
Come on now, let's not do that. Because Clay should have been a top 75 player. It's nonsense that he wasn't.
Was Draymond?
No.
No.
But Clay was a close. I think he was 76 or 77.
77.
Like
that was the weirdest shit in the world.
Clay should have been top. So like, yes, LeBron would have easily won a ring with those guys.
Do you
easily?
Then why lose so much with Kai and K-Love?
Well, they both were hurt.
Well, that first one, I think the Warriors stole the first one.
They both were hurt.
I think the Warriors stole that 2015 ring.
Kai was also extremely immature at the time.
Yeah, is he more mature? Or do you just know fucking black magic?
However you view Kai,
fucking wicked.
However you view Kai, very different Kyrie Irving.
Is he?
Well, that's also fair. I don't know. Okay, fine.
But I get you. I do get you.
A younger Kyrie. Because I still think this Kyrie Irving, in my same mindset at that time, would have got like 2 more rings out of that, or at least 1 more.
If he stayed, I really feel.
I think he would have got 2.
They stay in the finals. I really feel.
I think they got 2. I think they got 2 more in them, but at least 1 more. I think at bare minimum 1 more.
I could see that.
Bare minimum.
I could see that as well.
So yeah, I mean, I think, but LeBron deserves the credit and love that he gets. My only
100%.
argument is, why does Steph not get put into the same world? That's all. That's my only thing.
Could it be the modern day Bird in Magic? I think that's what we're looking at, Bird and Magic. Because to me, with LeBron, I think
they both 4-4. And you could argue all you want about Steph's rings, because I could also argue about LeBron's. So I like the non-bias. If you really want to have that argument, we can do that, right? So I think, and granted, maybe LeBron has I would say in the playoff runs maybe outdone Curry overall, just because nigga was almost, I think he averages a triple dub, but ultimately, if we're just talking about carrying your team and getting you there, really outside those 2 years of KD, it's been Steph.
And even with KD.
It wasn't like Batman and Robin. I always saw it as Batman and Batman, or Batman and Superman.
Batman and Superman.
You know what I mean?
I really looked at.
I never saw Steph as taking a back seat. I just thought in big moments, they let KD do KD. Just because it just makes the most sense in that scenario, right? Like KD's 6'10" unicorn. Like,
who the fuck is going to guard that?
It just makes logical sense to let him rock. But I argue, put Steph in a similar scenario, and he would perform too. I just think he did the smart thing in not trying to fight for that spot when he didn't have to.
And that is the biggest thing with me. LeBron's talent calls for the ball. All right, I'm not gonna take away his talent, but like when you're 6'9",
LeBron's game.
250,
LeBron's
yes,
game
his
calls for the
game.
ball. Yeah.
When you're 6'9", 250, you're not like a pure shooter. You can score anyway because and he's a fucking genius. I'm not taking that away from him, but he needs the ball and he has to manipulate the court to get where he wants. But that's part of the game and that's genius. But the fact that Steph is like, yo, my nigga, I'm getting 25, 30, 35 without the rock.
Off screens,
He's
baby.
6'3". And they're like, LeBron puts all this money in his body. So I'm like, he should be doing this shit. It's like the fuck if Zara was practicing with swords all goddamn summer, the nigga should be able to cut your head off. I'm just like we keeping it simple, stupid. Let's keep it simple, stupid. I'm saying, but King, I really don't know though. For everybody the game's changed. So like, bro, when are people gonna be like, this is Steph's league? Because it's obvious within the last 8 at least, the game looks so different from what they're teaching kids. Like, remember, we were bigger kids. They had our big ass in the paint.
So you know what's interesting? Has Steph ever been considered the best in the league?
No. Not even in, remember, we saw it in Davidson because we thought it was cute. This light-skinned baby face assassin. Davidson ain't been back to a fucking dance since.
Not even close. Not
Seth,
even close.
on the other hand, got recruited to Duke. That's what I'm saying. He's even in his household.
Yeah.
So for LeBron to be like, and also too, the fact that Kyrie also kind of grabs his nuts. Because if we want to talk about that, if Kyrie don't hit that shot, what happens? If Ray Allen don't get that,
we're gonna say that for a different episode. We're gonna say that for a different episode.
You know what I'm saying?
But since we're talking about GOATs,
okay,
a personal goat of mine dropped his 7th, 8th studio album. Aubrey Drake Graham.
Ooh.
Honestly, Nevermind. Took the world by storm. Whether you loved it or hated it.
Okay.
Have you got a chance to listen to it?
Yes. Not in its entirety, but
any thoughts?
I actually think this one was refreshing. Because you see the space that Drake's in, and I'm just like, you know what? He gets it. And outside of that, it was a body of work that I appreciate because it showed me like he's still not afraid to go out his element. And it was
Hold on, let's clap that up.
right? Okay, as a music guy, King, were you expecting? Because I didn't even know the album was coming out, and then I didn't know it was dance per se. But were you expecting something like this?
So I'm not. Listen, I'm usually not the guy to listen to shit at midnight, but I am a Drake guy. I heard it's gonna be a surprise drop midnight. I listen. So the intro is like a setup song going into the first real record, and the first record drops, and I go, oh shit, this is his Yeezus. I said, this nigga is on a soul beat. A soul house beat. I said, this nigga is going full on Yeezus right before our eyes. Did you know
Unpack
the first
that.
3 records were produced by Coffee?
No.
Black Coffee?
No.
Yes.
I just found this out right now.
A soul. Shout out to.
He's a
Black
legend.
Coffee.
A house legend.
A soul house legend. This is probably my favorite Drake album.
Really?
This might be my favorite Drake album.
Where do you think he gets his motivation, his ammo from?
Well, what you said. Who in their right mind, at the peak of their talents, go out and do something so completely left field,
So left.
just completely out the genre, knowing it was gonna go, and he executed it amazingly.
I love the title too.
This is great music.
Yeah, that's why I like it. It's
It's great
body
music.
of work.
It's great soul house beats.
And it's so feel good to where, honestly, I didn't even care it was Drake. That's why I like it. It wasn't like, because Drake gets the fanboy, motherfuckers just, oh, it's the best album. You're like, nigga, you want track 4 or 7 hours tracks? Like, this was like, oh, this just feels good.
Yo, bro.
It feels good.
I've already heard it outside, and I see, like, it is outside summertime on any rooftop.
Yes.
In any city.
Let's brunch.
Yo.
Let's brunch it.
And I mean the fucking genius of it. The genius of it.
I'm surprised.
To be able to execute it at top-notch level, knowing the backlash you were gonna get. And the songs that people like, to me, are the worst songs on the project.
Really? What's your favorite?
The sticky one, man, it's cool. I get it. It's a Jersey Club beat. It's all it's dope.
Yeah.
But,
I love
man,
it.
The bars are meh. And the one with 21 went crazy. 21 was just shout. Let's get some fucking love to 21.
21.
Because that nigga,
I need a refill on that.
Yo, his run recently, I don't know if he's getting the respect that he deserves.
No.
Because 21, when he dropped Savage Mode 2, Savage Mode 2, I Am, how many fucking Savage albums and projects we got that he's been going stupid on? And now the features,
all of them,
go stupid. Think about it. Yo, Savage was going up going basically back to back with Future. Back when he was a nobody.
And
now him and Drake are going on these records. And he Drake on some of these features.
I have a question, King. This is very interesting because I've been following a few other pods and just listening and people lately this week a lot of people have been just talking about the run about Savage that we just brought up. And do you think that because there are so many genres and you're also still a music student, you listen outside the box and not just what you know, but what sounds good, then you want to dissect it. Do you think that because there are so many genres and we just want to comfortably put shit in drill and trap and this, that, and the third, that people put Savage just in that box? Because I'm going to be honest, yes, he does the trap and whatever, but he makes good music.
I think Savage and Lil Yachty are the two most underrated.
Y'all don't get no credit.
Artists in hip hop.
Y'all don't get no credit.
But they for two guys who, especially for 21, who really just raps. Like he'll do his singing shit, but it's like he just raps.
Yeah.
But he can rap on anything and make it dope. And make it fresh and make it, even if he's not saying like new shit or nothing like that, like
he's not forcing it.
It's always a pleasure to hear 21.
21.
It's always a pleasure to hear Savage. I literally can't think of a time where I was like annoyed that 21's on the verse.
He capitalized on his brand. He said this, which I thought was really dope, King, especially being in the music and all that other shit. He was like, motherfuckers think that you can buy your way in. Like, you got $100,000. Oh, bet, we about to da-da-da-da. He like, nah. And some motherfuckers get caught up too much in the bars or too much in the look. He like, y'all missing a big point. Do you have the it?
Yeah.
And I think that's why him and Drake, because they're polar opposites to shit. When those niggas get on a track, it's like, it's not that competition. It's like, oh, I'm about to do this. You do that. And then the track is...
But you know what you're going to get with 21, though. So it's like, like 21, I feel like he just knows how to make really good music.
Yeah.
We ended up going on 21 rant, but he just makes really, really good music. But I do want to ask you, where is Drake for you in your all-time music?
Music, not hip-hop.
We can do both.
So first is, you want to start with hip-hop?
We can start with hip-hop.
So, oh man, for me, undoubtedly top 5. And and I want to say that because Lil Wayne said something that I had to agree with. He was like, Drake can make his everyday life sound like the coolest shit in the fucking world. And
That is an absolute fact.
Right?
That's an absolute fact.
And I feel like we also had the privilege of maturing and growing up with this nigga from when he was dropping, what was it, King? The first shit.
Best I ever had, or even before we go.
That mixtape when niggas was
we can go even earlier.
October's Very Own?
I'm about to say that's the first one, but he didn't even get no love for that one. Really was So Far Gone.
Was really what
put him onto a
17, 18?
Oh, I remember listening to it wasn't I remember Replacement Girl, but Brand New, I believe. Yeah, Brand New.
I hated it.
And I loved it.
Brand New.
I thought it was. I said,
Replacement Girl.
I said, what the fuck is this? Who is this guy? He's gonna be the king of R&B.
Did you watch Degrassi?
I sure did.
When
I was told it was Jimmy, I said, you're lying to me. I hate it now.
So I guess I wasn't the only one. I was like, this is not fucking
I said, this is a
Jimmy.
Disney Channel guy. Get the fuck out of here. So I'm not listening to this.
I couldn't
resist.
I thought it was the fucking Disney shit they were trying to do, or they got the child acting, they trying to do the music. I thought it was that, but then you see it consistently go, and I was like, oh, this nigga can rap.
Yeah.
And then he could sing. So for me, I would have to really game changer, like we were just talking about with Steph Curry.
He single-handedly. He's the Steph Curry, Michael. Yeah, no, the Jordan Curry combinations. No, the whole hip hop game is Drake's.
So
just different versions of them. Drake's and Kanye's.
I want to do this. Wayne would be AI.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with that.
Drake would be Curry. That's only because
you light-skinned me. You light-skinned me.
I did.
You yellow guy me.
I had to yell, and a little bit because they both yellow niggas. But the Hove still managed to maintain that LeBron pace because of his moves. The traction that he got, how he understood it, and then he kind of just was always able to move. He dictated a lot of the moves.
No, yeah.
So everybody's little something, little toilet bowl, little niggas got the rock star shit. Cause Wayne was like, yo, Wayne is really rapping. Like he killing shit. And then with Drake, it was like he managed to manipulate the game in a way where it was like, Curry, you can't be mad that the nigga shooting 37 feet away because it's going in, and it's going in at a high clip.
He changed the game where, as a hip hop guy, before, if you wanted to get that big hit, you got some R&B singer as somebody to sing for you. And then they said, wait a minute, this nigga singing his own hooks? Oh, nah, hold on. He don't got paid for nobody to sing these number one hits?
And it's in-house beats.
Oh, no, and he don't got paid for the beat? Oh, let's make $100 million.
Easy.
Let's make $100 million.
Easy. He's marketable. And so that was where I put Drake at. The only thing that frustrates me is when niggas start doing like the Mike Jack and the Prince shit. It's like,
There's levels.
It's levels, my nigga.
I feel you. Cause like I probably have Drake in my top three. I would say Jay, Wayne, and Drake are my top three. But
Ye's still number 2 for me. But the craziest shit.
I don't put Ye up there because the nigga's not a rapper.
You ain't watching the documentary?
No, I get it. But like, man.
Oh, question. Then so is that because of the pen? Where do you write all your shit? You write all your shit.
Kanye's pen is, the ones that he has personally done are like, he'll catch you with a witty line here and there, but like, it's not, he not doing something Wayne. He not doing the Wayne lines.
No.
He not even touching. He not even getting close to Drake's pen.
No,
and we talking straight rapping.
But that's the thing that fucked me up. When I found out that shit, and then it was like so many niggas was pissed off at Ye and shit, and then within the documentary, I don't know what, for me, I like a nigga say like, if you, I forgot who said it, but like, if you not sitting down, rap, I'll hold that dear to me. If you not, the fuck, nigga, That was the point, right? Like the fuck, niggas. And I get it, but even to a certain degree, when you're now, if it's an album, it's cool. Like I would. Hell, I done been in the studio with you and like, yo, King, like, should I say this? You be like, nah, cut that word out or try to say that. But we going back and forth. It ain't like, yo, my last 8, what you got?
Where
fuck me up if yay. But then when you hear Consequence and all these other dope ass lyrics, it was like, yeah, nah, I gave the nigga the.
That's so like, because I put him higher on my all-time artist list than I do my hip hop list. Like I think it's like Prince, MJ, Kanye on my artist list.
I could do that.
But I also like I put Kanye higher up on my artist list than I do Drake. But I think Drake's higher on my hip hop list than Kanye is.
I could do that. I could see that. But Kanye's work, I can't argue like him changing because I know. All right, with the lyrics, yeah. But then when you're curating these pieces,
but that's why I think as an artist he's better. So
those are two complete. You would like to separate those?
Not necessarily separate them, but I think for me, Kanye is so special because of his artistry rather than his elements of hip hop. So like, if we want to name all Kanye's classics,
I like that.
I think the production on them made them more of a classic than the actual bars.
Yes.
I think the production was the, oh my God, who is this guy with all these soulful ass, like who is this? Like that to me has always been the spark of Kanye, which is he can take instruments, sounds, manipulate them into ways that people haven't heard before. And on top of that, he can rap. So I think so that's why I just have him more of my artistry than I do my hip hop, just because I think as an artist, he's on a different world.
He's on a different world.
But just elements of hip hop, which is like the bars and everything else, really the bars to me is where I kind of give him the knock. Because I know for a fact a lot of it's been ghostwritten. I know, so I don't even know at this point. Because
the Sammy Sosa.
This is the same heat Drake got, right? Like he wasn't writing, like for a minute where everybody was anti-Drake and saying he didn't write his own shit.
Now, do you think how true do you think that is with the Quentin Miller?
I mean, if anything, he did way less than Kanye has ever done. Sure, everybody takes hooks. Everybody takes bridges. He maybe even took a verse or two. But to act like Drake don't got a pen is nuts. Act like, because Drake got on, like the early Drake was because of his pen.
It was crazy. He was writing.
It wasn't because he was on life-changing beats. Because this nigga's pen was crazy.
Yeah.
And so like, that's why I just think the pen aspect. And Kanye has admitted, everyone's admitted, Drake has written a lot for Kanye, but vice versa.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just kill Kanye because he has ghostwriters and shit, but I just think with all things equal, I would just slightly put Kanye in the artistry level, and I would slightly raise Drake in the hip hop.
In the hip hop level, and I think.
But they're both top fives for me in both.
You can't be mad at that because I think once Drake. I don't think he even gets the credit to where once he started crossing that pop realm, I'm not saying he was like super poppy, if he was, but like people fail to realize when you reach so many different, Kanye, yes, worldwide, but Drake, to me, he's a fucking unicorn because it was this motherfucker from Toronto got with this nigga from New Orleans, and it was the pen, like you said. But then they were like, yo, he's really talented, the R&B. Then he started doing my fucking reggaeton and shit. The nigga started...
Yeah, now he touched everything.
But to me, it's like, what do you expect? Like he rapping in different languages. Sometimes you might not even have you on tour and shit. Niggas like, yo, Drake, you dropped this French verse. Like the nigga just did some shit. I thought he was Jewish. The nigga was rapping in air. It's like, all right,
no, there's levels. You know
what I mean? I can't expect my microwave lasagna to be 5-star.
That's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm happy you're on the same page here, and we're gonna leave it at that. It's been a wonderful episode. Wonderful talking to you. Everyone watching, thank you. Make sure you subscribe. Do all the cool shit. I guess we'll start doing these drops.
I like it.
Into our shit as we start getting used to this.
That's where we at today on this beautiful Sunday.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, bro. Till next week. My dog.
No free game.